Hello everyone, welcome back to English Speaking and Listening Club. I'm so glad you're here today. Whether you're watching this on your phone during your morning coffee, listening while you walk, or studying late at night with your notebook open, know this. You're exactly where you need to be. Because today, we're not just learning English. We're diving into something far deeper, something timeless, powerful, and life-changing. We're going back in time over 400 years ago to feudal Japan, to the world of the samurai. These weren't just warriors with swords. They were philosophers, strategists, and masters of the mind. And from their code of honor known as Bushido, we've uncovered 8 unbreakable rules of discipline that still apply to your life today. Whether you're a student, a professional, a parent, or someone simply trying to become a better version of yourself. So take a deep breath, let go of distractions, and get ready, because what you're about to hear might just reshape how you think, how you act, and how you live. Now you might be wondering, why samurai? Why should a modern person care about ancient warriors in armor? The answer is simple, because discipline never goes out of style. In a world overflowing with distractions, social media, endless notifications, instant gratification, the samurai's way of life offers something rare and precious: clarity, focus, and unshakable inner strength. And the best part, you don't need a sword or a castle to practice it. You just need your mind, your will, and a willingness to grow. So let's begin with Rule 1. Embrace your mortality, live as if today is your last day. This might sound intense, even a little scary. But for the samurai, remembering death wasn't morbid, it was liberating. They wore the phrase shikata ga nai, it cannot be helped, not as a resignation but as an acceptance of life's impermanence. And because they knew life could end at any moment, they refused to waste a single breath on things that didn't matter. Think about it. If today were your last day, would you spend it scrolling mindlessly? Would you hold on to anger? Would you avoid that difficult conversation you've been putting off? Probably not. You'd call your mom, you finish that project, you'd say, "I love you." You'd live with purpose. That's the power of this rule. Every morning, the samurai would wake up and mentally say goodbye to their life. And in doing so, they gain the courage to live fully. So try this. Each morning before you check your phone, pause, close your eyes. Imagine today is your last. What will you do differently? Who will you thank? What fear will you let go of? This simple practice isn't about fear, it's about freedom. Freedom to act, to love, to serve, and to leave a legacy. Now let's move to Rule 2. Master your mind before you master the world. The samurai knew that the real battlefield wasn't outside, it was inside. Your thoughts, your emotions, your impulses, those are the true enemies. A samurai with a weak mind, even with the sharpest sword, would lose. But a samurai with a calm, focused mind could face storms without flinching. This is why meditation, zazen, was as important as sword training. They sat in silence, not to escape the world, but to understand it. To observe thoughts without being ruled by them. Sound familiar? In your life, how often do you react instead of respond? Someone cuts you off in traffic, you honk, you curse. Your boss sends a critical email, you panic. But what if you paused? What if, like the samurai, you trained your mind to stay calm under pressure? Start small, just 5 minutes a day, sit quietly, breathe deeply. When a thought comes, "I'm late, I'm not good enough," don't fight it, just notice it like a cloud passing in the sky. Over time, you'll build mental armor. You'll stop being controlled by your emotions. And that is true power. Remember, you cannot change the world until you've mastered your own mind. Rule 3 is one of the most beautiful: serve others before yourself. In popular movies, samurai are often shown as lone heroes. But in reality, their highest duty was to serve first their lord, but more deeply the people. The sword was not for personal glory, it was a tool of protection. This principle flows directly into modern life. Think about the most respected people you know. Are they selfish? No, they're generous, they listen, they help, they put others first. And here's the secret: when you serve, you grow. When you help someone pass an exam, you learn the material better. When you encourage a colleague, you strengthen your own confidence. Service isn't sacrifice, it's expansion. So ask yourself daily, how can I add value today? Can you hold the door? Can you send a kind message? Can you mentor someone younger? Even small acts create ripples. The samurai believed that true honor came not from winning battles but from lifting others. And in a world obsessed with me, choosing to serve is revolutionary. It builds character, it builds trust, and it builds a life worth remembering. Now, Rule 4, train relentlessly even when no one is watching. The samurai didn't just practice swordsmanship when they had an audience. They trained before sunrise in the rain and the snow when their bodies ached and their minds begged for rest. Why? Because excellence is built in private. The world only sees the performance, but the real work happens in silence. Think about your English learning. Do you only study when you have a test, or do you read a page every night? Do you speak aloud even when you're alone? That's the samurai way. Consistency beats intensity. 5 minutes a day of focused practice for a year is 30 hours, enough to transform your fluency. But it requires discipline. It requires showing up for yourself day after day, even when motivation fades. Motivation is a guest, it comes and goes. Discipline is your loyal servant, it stays. So build rituals, not resolutions. Wake up 20 minutes earlier to listen to a podcast. Write 3 sentences in a journal before bed. Repeat vocabulary while brushing your teeth. These tiny habits compound, and over time you become unstoppable. Remember, the sword sharpens with repetition. So does your mind, so does your future. Rule 5 might surprise you: accept defeat as a teacher. The samurai didn't fear failure, they respected it. After every loss they asked, "What did I learn?" In fact, many kept failure journals, writing down their mistakes to avoid repeating them. Contrast that with today's culture where failure is shameful. We delete posts that don't get enough likes. We pretend everything's perfect. But the samurai knew you cannot grow without falling. Think of Thomas Edison. He failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. When asked, he said, "I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps." That's the mindset. So next time you make a mistake, maybe you mispronounce a word in front of others, or you fail a job interview, don't hide. Reflect. What went wrong? What can you improve? Write it down, then try again wiser. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. The strongest trees grow through storms. The sharpest swords are forged in fire. And the wisest people are shaped by their stumbles. Let go of perfection, embrace progress, and never let a single failure steal your next attempt. Rule 6, speak less, do more. The samurai believed words were like arrows. Once released, they couldn't be taken back. So they spoke carefully, sparingly, and always with purpose. In a world of noise, endless opinions, debates, hot takes, they chose silence. Why? Because action speaks louder than any speech. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who talks big but never follows through? And someone who says little but consistently delivers? Who do you trust more? Exactly. So before you speak, ask, is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? If not, stay silent. And in your daily life, let your actions be your message. Want to be seen as reliable? Show up on time. Want to be seen as knowledgeable? Share useful insights, not just opinions. Want to be fluent in English? Speak even if you're scared. Don't just say. This rule isn't about being quiet, it's about being intentional. Your reputation isn't built on what you promise, but on what you do. So build a life of action, not noise. Rule 7, keep your environment clean inside and out. The samurai's space was always spotless. Their armor polished, their room simple, their tools in perfect order. Why? Because outer order creates inner calm. Clutter isn't just physical, it's mental. A messy desk distracts. A chaotic room drains energy, but a clean space, it invites focus. This applies to your digital life too. Unfollow accounts that make you feel bad. Delete apps that waste your time. Organize your files. And just as importantly, clean your inner world. Let go of grudges. Forgive yourself for past mistakes. Practice gratitude. A clean mind is like a clear mirror, it reflects truth without distortion. So tonight before bed, spend 10 minutes tidying your space. Delete 5 old emails, put your clothes away. Light a candle, feel the difference, that clarity, that's discipline. And it starts with one small act of care for your space, for your mind, for your life. Finally, Rule 8, never stop learning even at your peak. The greatest samurai like Miyamoto Musashi studied until their last breath. Musashi wrote the Book of Five Rings when he was in his 60s, a masterpiece on strategy, philosophy, and life. He didn't stop when he became a legend. He kept evolving, and that's the mindset we need today. The moment you think, "I know enough," you begin to decline. But when you stay curious, when you read, listen, ask questions, you stay alive. In English learning, this means never being satisfied with good enough. Keep learning new words. Watch films without subtitles. Join conversations even when you're nervous. The goal isn't perfection, it's growth. And growth never ends. So become a lifelong student. Stay humble, stay hungry. Because the day you stop learning is the day you stop living fully. Now let's bring it all together. These 8 rules aren't just for warriors in ancient Japan. They're a blueprint for modern greatness. Embrace mortality so you live with urgency. Master your mind so you stay calm under fire. Serve others so your life has meaning. Train relentlessly so you build unshakable skill. Accept defeat so you keep rising. Speak less, do more so your actions speak volumes. Keep your environment clean so your mind stays clear. And never stop learning so you keep evolving. This is the way of the samurai, and it can be your way too. I want you to imagine yourself 6 months from now. You've applied even just a few of these rules. You wake up with purpose. You handle stress with calm. You speak English with more confidence. You help others without expecting anything back. You feel stronger, not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. That version of you is possible. It's not magic, it's discipline, it's choice. One day at a time. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now, right where you are with what you have. Pick one rule, just one, and practice it this week. Maybe it's training relentlessly. Commit to 10 minutes of English practice every morning. Maybe it's speaking less, doing more. Listen more in conversations and act on your promises. Small steps create big revolutions. And remember, you are not alone. Millions of people around the world are on this journey with you, learning, growing, struggling, rising. You are part of a global community of warriors, not with swords but with dreams. And every time you choose discipline over distraction, you honor that legacy. So stand tall, breathe deep, and walk your path with the heart of a samurai. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, because your growth matters and we're here to walk with you every step of the way. Until next time, stay disciplined, stay kind, and keep speaking your truth. The world is waiting to hear you.